here. Welcome to our frequency series. I'm Sara Wong, and I'm here with Diane Ronner.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk all about frequencies, and it's really from our own perspective. And of course, we're not going to cover every single way to connect with frequencies because there's millions. And we're going to highlight some of our favorites that we've used throughout, for me, my journey, and Diane's used through her journey, and ones that really work for us when connecting to our own energy, when guiding other clients. So thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the replay. And I'm so excited to be here today too, because I love sharing the space with Diane. I always share with her right before. It's such an honor to have two healers with very different experiences and obviously, come from very different generations. Sharing our experience together is really an honor. So Diane, thank you for being here and making time to create this with me.
Thank you, Sarah. I love doing this with you. It's an honor for me as well. Honestly, I mean, just age has nothing to do with wisdom,
right?
And spiritual wisdom.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate that. And it's nice to also be able to share Diane with all of you because there's so much, reminders. And as we navigate this new journey and continue to connect to our own energy in whatever way feels the most available, gaining new tools, but also hearing experience that Diane's seen for over 40 years. It's just refreshing for me personally. So just adding that to the mix as well. And specifically speaking, you'll be hearing from me on how I use energy and frequencies for healing and really with crystal energy as well. So if you love crystals or you're looking for new ways to connect to your energy tools, I'm hoping this series will help guide you there. So with that, we'll kick it off with Diane.
It's interesting too, because as you were saying that, I was thinking, you're teaching that, but what I'm going to talk about today is your own frequency and your own power that you have, all of us have. Once you understand how powerful you are, and I'm going to show you something that's going to actually show you your frequency or your vibration. I've been doing this exercise for so long with students, and what it just entails are these two hangers. They're called dowsers, actually. Yeah. And I mean, you can buy them, but I never did. I thought, oh no, I can just make my own out of hangers, and that's what I did. I made them out of hangers.
And wire hangers. They're still around, dry cleaning.
Yes, but the harder to find.
Harder to find.
Yeah. Anyway, so you just take them and this is what you cut them into. And then what's so amazing about this is that you can go in front of a mirror with your little hangers, and you can practice opening your mind. And the way you do that, the way you practice opening your mind is with the hangers. The hangers are actually going to show you your frequency, because what's going to happen is the hangers will respond to your thoughts and your words and your feelings. And I love this example because think about it. We're talking all day long. We're thinking all day long. We're feeling. We have feelings, of course. And this is like a demonstration of what is coming out of you every second. Every second, there's vibration coming out of you, which creates your next moments. What I love about this is it shows you who you are and what you can do. And, it might take a little bit of practice because you might be doubtful. But that's why I like to do it by myself when I start. It's fun to do it with another person, and I'll tell you how you do that too, but it's pretty much the same thing. You're just going to let these hangers be in your hands like this. So, and then what you're going to do is you're going to ask the hangers either to open or to close. Now, I can feel my own vibration. And when you're doing this, you'll feel your own vibration. But it's really cool if you're holding it for someone else and they're telling it to open or close, and you get to feel their vibration. Because everybody has vibration. Look at this. I'm thinking that, oh, I'm going to tell it to close, and it's already closing, closing, and closing, closing, and closing. But let's just go the other way now. I'm going to tell it to open, 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 open. There you go. Open, open. So it's responding to my thoughts. It's responding to my voice, and it's responding to how I'm feeling too, positively knowing that it is going to open. Those are all vibrations that I'm sending out. I just want to emphasize how extraordinary it is to be able to see your personal vibration. Because once you understand that your vibration is how you're creating your next moments, by what you're thinking, by what you're saying, by what you're feeling, even by what you're writing, I hope you'll look at things differently. I think it's so important in this particular time that we're in is to harness as much of our loving energy within. We all have it. Every one of us. Nobody doesn't have it. Everybody has it. That's why it's so wonderful to practice. You know, you might not feel comfortable with somebody else because you're worried you're going to not be able to do it. That's our problem. We're always worried about what somebody else might think or say or whatever. That's why it's so wonderful to do it with yourself in front of the mirror, because that's just you and you yourself. That's it. And it allows you to relax. Matter of fact, everything that I'm going to show you today, which is connected to frequency, needs you to relax, because that's allowing. And if you can't relax, then you need to look at how you're feeling about yourself, actually. Okay. Do you have any questions, Sarah?
No questions here. I like that exercise. There's, on TikTok, a lot of people talk about this. On Amazon, you can buy kits with books and instructions and exercises. So,
I shouldn't do that.
But like Diane said, you can make them yourself and connect to a mirror and make it, more of an energy read with your connection to your mind, your emotions, and how that feels, and really checking in. So this is a good barometer to definitely use, a good tool, an easy one too.
It really is. It's a lot of fun. There was a time, I have to just say, a lot of years ago when I first started doing it, actually, that I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to do it, and I would avoid it. Yeah. And I would tell other people about it. Yeah. But I was avoiding it. And then I finally faced my fear. Because that's what it was. I had a fear that it wasn't going to work for me. And it'll work for everybody else. Right. Sometimes it would work. I go, well, sometimes, but not always. But it always works. Once you accept that it will always work. It's a choice. Really. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about one other thing. We're going to actually, both of us are going to share this. This is my pendulum. I love my pendulum. You form a personal relationship with your pendulums, I believe. I've had a lot of them, honestly, because I've been doing this a long time. I've never really used them with clients. I only use it personally. Okay, don't get excited. It's getting excited. I have broken so many. This is why I have this one. I think it's made out of brass. I think it's a brass one. And are you brass? Yes, it says it's brass. So let me just, okay, stop. I'm going to tell it to stop. Yep. So it stops. It listens to me. I've trained it. I've trained it what yes is. I've trained it what no is. So, anyway, so I started to say I've broken so many of them, and I love the crystal and all the different spectacular stones, because they all carry an energy, by the way, when you're holding it, which is, I don't know, Sarah, we'll talk about that. But because I've broken so many, I decided, well, I'm just going to get this brass one. Okay, so I've trained my pendulum to say, show me. I'll say, show me yes. Show me yes. Ooh, it is major. Excited here. Wow. Well, for me, the way I'm sitting, I don't know what you guys are seeing, but for me, back and forth is yes. I'm not doing anything. Usually, when I ask it a question, I just close my eyes so I can't see it
Yeah.
because I don't want to influence it in any way. Because I know, you can. I'm sure you can influence it. Now I'm going to say stop, stop, stop. Come on now. Stop. No, it's taking its time. Not bad though. And now show me no. And there it goes. For me, no is side to side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is for you, but this is for me. Okay, stop. And some people have maybes or, uncertain. So yes, here it goes. So for me, it's it's counterclockwise. When you're uncertain, well, you're not going with the clock, you're going against it, I guess. Maybe that's the theory, right? So that's okay. So now you can stop. And that's my pendulum. I know some people, let me just say, don't rely on your pendulum for all your answers. I say, work with your hangers and open your mind and start to understand the power of your mind. I mean, yes, this is fun. It is fun. And it has a lot of power, especially, I know what you're going to talk about. So I'm using it one way and Sarah uses it a different way.
Yeah.
So, and she's going to talk about that.
So I also have a metal pendulum I like to use for discernment. So when I need very clear answers, I'll write yes and no on a piece of paper. I'll shuffle them so I don't know which one's which, and I'll have my pendulum choose. I always teach people pendulums will work with your energy. So the more time you spend with it, the more you establish yes, no. For some, it's up and down is yes, left to right is no. That's actually how I relate to my pendulum as well. Other students of mine, it's, circle clockwise is yes, counterclockwise is no. When I learned Reiki, I learned how to read energy centers, chakra centers with the pendulum energy. And that's, where crystal energy is great. So as metal's very solid and it has that weighted energy, obsidian, black obsidian, this is another pendulum, is really great for removing any mental blocks. So it helps read and tap into your subconscious, which can help really give you access to your belief systems, and the black obsidian, energetically speaking, helps remove blocks, helps remove negativity. So if you're looking for an honest answer, if you're looking for connecting to, something that you're really afraid to do, a leap of faith, or something that you haven't necessarily accomplished, but is truly available if you realign your inspired actions each day and really check into where you're giving your energy to. The black obsidian, you can ask a series of questions. You can also read each energy center and see if it's opened or blocked, or, if you're processing an energy, you can also tap into clear quartz, where clear quartz pendulum is great for opening up all the energy. So if you want to reach a higher perspective, you're really trying to establish something that, maybe requires your spiritual gifts or your abilities or your mind. Clear quartz would be a great energy because it can help keep all your channels open and clear and fluid. So, they're truly a tool for me that I use as reflection. I'll also teach people how to work with them in their guides. So if you're looking for a kit, you can always reach out to me, DM me, or message me, email energyhouselb@gmail.com. And I can help you figure out what type of pendulum could support you. I don't have a ton, so I might redirect you somewhere else to go pick it out in person, depending on your location, because I feel like pendulums, they always choose their owner, or they're gifted to the exact energy they're meant to be with. So pendulums usually find you when you're ready for a new tool. And again, you can use any object as a pendulum. You can use a necklace. You can use an old, object, anything that has a string and a heavy object at the bottom. You can leverage in a way. You just got to program it and establish a relationship with it. And then you can explore how it wants to work with you. And every object, every pendulum is a little bit different. So it's always honoring the energy versus forcing, it needs to work this way. Because I've gotten many pendulums that I thought I would use for discernment. And, it was I bought a copper one, and the copper one was too vibrant. It was almost like I felt like the energy was too, it didn't take time to process what I was asking. It was just like, yes, no. And it was like, wait, but am I, is that my blocks or, and then when I tapped into like the silver energy, it was a little more subtle. So I was able to spend more time with the energy. So, every energy, every piece of earth and us too is a vibration, is a frequency. So any tool you're using, anything you're putting in your body, anything you're listening to, it all carries a frequency. Those frequencies are going to have some type of effect on our body. The most simplest way to think about it is the color spectrum. So the color spectrum is a part of this universe. We all vibrate. Every object vibrates a different frequency. That's why some crystals you'll see are orange and some are, green and some are purple. And that's because of their vibration and their geological makeup, and the components that make up that frequency have that color reflective in its most dominant state. So as human bodies, we have many different energy colors a part of our spectrum, and spectrum of the rainbow. Some people call this nadis, chakras, and they're all different energy systems. And one of the tools I love to use is Healy, and the Healy Analyze app gives you a whole analysis of every single chakra center, how it's currently vibrating, what color, and then more knowledge also on what the normal color is and the desired states are versus what's presently vibrating and you're currently working through. So it not only reads the energy, but it shows the percentage of the energy block and the stage you're in. And it's quantum intelligence. So mix that with, colors, mix that with, in colors, there's all these different systems. I don't think we give color energy enough credit. So there's spectrochrome therapy, chromotherapy, nadi healing, chakra healing, pranic healing. There's all these ancient systems that have been used for hundreds, thousands of years, leveraging color therapy. And so when I got certified in Kundalini Reiki, I started working more with the chakra systems and energy and colors. And then when I stepped into integrated energy therapy, that uses the higher chakra systems, the violet ray, and it opened up this other field of energy colors. So we traditionally hear of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, purple, white, and they all have a different vibration and frequency. So we can use these colors to just heal with. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll grab the 7 internal chakra colors and markers and ask myself, what color do I want to journal with today to support me for my highest good? And then I pull a color and I reflect on that color. I reflect on that energy center and I ask myself, what wants to express itself? What wants to move itself? What wants to create? So I kind of go into all the areas that my soul likes to go. And it just allows me to wake up into my own energy field. So that is one of the things I love to do, because I feel like colors to me can be so simple. And, as much as I love crystals, colors is something I could think about. Colors is something I can, easily incorporate into my day. I could wear them, I could eat them. So tapping into color, knowing the ancient history, there's so much there, and there's so much beyond what we know. So one of the biggest energies of 2021 that came through January full force was gold. The color gold was everywhere in my life. I would see advertisements, it'd be gold. And then I got my iPhone and it was gold. And I was just what is all this gold? And I actually looked up the frequency, and it's actually all about wisdom and grace.
Do you know that I noticed this today on your table? Nowhere else. I looked.
Yeah.
And it's a heart. Do you know that there's a gold heart on your table?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know that was a gold heart right there.
Yes. It's
but I know that
heart.
There's gold. I got gold on the table.
That's
is
a
so
heart.
Funny. Yeah.
So you just said that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, okay. There you go.
I love it. See, it shows up.
It surely does.
And then white is really interesting. So you hear a lot of people say, close your eyes and imagine white light. And the reason for white is because it actually carries all colors of the spectrum. And so it helps balance our energy the fastest from a human perspective. And so it's a great color to connect to in general, to purify, to re-energize, to realign. So if you ever just feel off, it's white light.
You're just reminding me of an exercise that I'm full of exercises that I give students. When a person, let's say their root chakra needs a little bit of a kick. So what I would do is I would tell them, I would show them, I would do this for them, is get a piece of red cellophane, and I would put it in one of those plastic picture frames. Yeah. And behind it, I would have a candle, and then I would have them meditate. And I had a particular meditation for them, and that would ground them. But the color, so significant, what you're talking about. I love all what you're illustrating. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I love that exercise.
But that's something that if you wanted to meditate and you knew which one of your chakras was off, what color. I mean, there's color, there's sound, and there's
sense.
I mean, there's so many things.
Endless. Yeah.
But all of those, any one of those things that you do is powerful. Yeah. So that's a wonderful way to meditate, by the way. I think it is. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I love when you share, so it's always welcome. Another thing I put together are, if you are looking for tools to use, these are a whole kit of all colors to play with for healing, and I actually created a guide on how to use them. So they do include all the internal chakras and, ways to connect to the color, ways to connect to the energy of the crystal, and use them in different ways for your own personal needs. So if you are looking for tools that you want to go deeper with crystal energy and the chakras, that's available on energyhouselb.com. So you can check that out. You can DM me too. I'll send you the link so you can look at what the kit includes. So I just want to call that out too, because a lot of people ask me, I want all those crystals to work with my chakras, but I don't want to have to go find them all, or I don't trust, what's out there. So I don't have a massive inventory anymore. So I have only 6 kits available, but they're extremely thoughtful, extremely methodical. And if you're really looking to take your energy to the next level and connect with colors and crystals, this is a great kit to do that. So DM me if you're interested, or just reach out. And if you're on YouTube, the link's below. Okay, beautiful. Anything you want to add to that?
I that's so powerful right there. That is another thing that I work with when I have students too, is with crystals and stones in particular, and the stones that vibrate with the different chakras. Yep. And that's another way to meditate. Yep. With a particular stone. Imagine holding the stone that you want to vibrate with, using the color, maybe even having sound going on. Yeah. Or maybe a frequency of sorts. Yeah. Very powerful. Yeah. Yeah, very powerful. So I love it. It's great. Yeah. Would you like me to continue?
Yes.
So I'm going on here. The things that I'm showing you today, honestly, again, are to open your mind. And to open your mind is to understand your power. And then when you understand your power, like what Sarah's talking about, all those stones, you might right now think, oh, well, I don't know, maybe, but can I tell you, as your vibration goes up, as you start to understand your own power within, and you open up that way, like using the hanger exercise to understand who you are, what you can do, what she's presenting there becomes even more powerful because you have shifted. Yep. Yeah. It's very, very important. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's the thing. I want you to become more powerful. I want you to understand your power. Can they see them?
Instagram can, YouTube cannot.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
You just hold it up.
I will just hold it up. I have these shapes, Here's a circle, which is blue. Star, yellow, red heart, and let's say a green triangle. So I have 4 shapes here. So again, this is about opening your mind. And you can play this with somebody else. You can do it yourself, actually. I mean, you can, if you can be honest with yourself, you close your eyes, you mix them, and then you just pull one out. Just pull one out. And keep your eyes closed and just open your mind and say what it is. Oh, and I just saw it in my mind before I said it. It's the yellow star. I saw it. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Anyway, but you see, that doesn't count because, it's like when you're doing a reading,
right,
and somebody says something. Oh, I was gonna. I just thought no. That's why I trust everything that comes through like you do.
Yeah.
But it came through so quickly in a flash. Anyway, this is something that you guys can do with these. But you can also, you can do, like someone can play a little game and they can hide it. So it becomes a game. Can I tell you something? I've done this with my granddaughters.
That's so cool.
Oh my goodness. They have this game actually where there's cups, and I would just play this game with the color. They had to, the same thing, had to guess the color. And oh my goodness, my oldest granddaughter was pretty right on, but I incorporated that. I thought, oh, what a great idea,
Yeah.
So this is again about relaxing your own mind. It's about relaxing, feeling like, okay, I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna get caught up in my ego, because honestly, if you're having a problem, that's what the problem is. It's your ego going, oh, you can never do this. Because honestly, again, I say ego is not a bad thing. We did a whole thing on ego.
Check out. We did a series 2 weeks ago on ego versus soul. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. It's on both YouTube and IG Live.
Yeah. So the ego plays devil's advocate. It drives you nuts. Really. Well, anyway, this is again about opening up to your higher self, your vibrational self, so that you'll be able to tell the difference between your brain yucking at you or your soul reaching in through your heart and bringing you a message. This I love. This is a wonderful exercise to do. You really need a partner to do this with. Again, hey, it's a great thing if you have kids, young, old, doesn't matter, or a sister or a brother that you feel connected to, or a really good friend, and you're both kind of wanting to experiment a little bit, and you can maybe thinking about tapping into your own energy. This is going to help, So this is what you do. Well, actually, this is what I do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is what I do. I have this agreement when I do this, because I do this in classes with other people. Oh, you'll see it up on the screen. So this is your mental telepathy exercise, and you honor your agreement with your partner. That's very important. Who is your partner? You're going to put your partner's name down, and you're going to put down, and this is important, just like meditating to me every day at a specific time is important. It's important to have a specific time that you're going to do this exercise. When I've done it, I like to do it first thing in the morning, because with all the other little exercises I do, I include it. So, now what you're going to do is one of you will be the sender, and the other person will be the receiver, and you'll establish that before you even get started. Who's on day one? You're going to go from day 1 to day 7, so you're going to do it for a week, and so that means that you'll get a chance to send and you'll get a chance to receive. You could do it longer. There's no rule here. I'm just it's just up there as an example. You can do it however you want to do it. But it's good to be organized, is to know, am I sending today or am I receiving?
Right.
So as simple as this is, if you've got that part now. Okay, so I want to show you, I just have the color pink, all of my shapes. Here's a circle, a triangle and a square, and here's a rectangle. So I have four things. If I'm the sender, I'm going to look at one of these, and I'm going to pick one, and I'm going to pick the circle. And so I'm not going to look at the other ones, because I want to keep a clear field for whoever I'm sending this to. So you can do just like with your pendulum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can hold the circle, and you can send the circle a message to the person that you're sending it to. I'm sending so-and-so a circle. See the pink circle, maybe energetically circle the circle, see the person that you're sending it to. Maybe take 30 seconds to do it. You don't have to spend a long time doing it either. Because even though, let me just say, let's say you said 8 o'clock. Well, the other person, it's 5 after 8. Doesn't matter. It's out there. The energy is energy. It will find you. The intention was you, for this to get to you. And so that's where it's going to go. And you can catch it at 10 o'clock in the morning if you missed the 8 o'clock, actually. It's just about making a commitment, honestly, which of course you want to do, because this is a lot of fun to practice.
And it's like building a muscle. So look at it that way. The more you connect to your intuition, your psychic abilities, if that's the muscle you want to create, the more it's going to establish itself. So give yourself permission just to explore. Grab a friend for 7 days. Pick even, simplify it to whatever you want. You could do square, circle, triangle, and, 8 a.m. you rotate each day. And I like to add in a friend, like a gratitude, like I'm grateful for this today, and I'm celebrating X, Y. Mm-hmm. And then I'm sending, image sent. And then that way the receiver has like a little notification, and then the receiver will send their gratitude, what they're grateful for, and what shape they received. So it's, kind of a way to create a morning routine with someone that, maybe you want to be connected to right now, or develop a relationship. So this could be a fun way to just start interacting with your own gifts and exploring just what comes to you naturally too.
Love it. That's great. I love what you had to say there. I love how you always expand. She's so expansive. That's how she's receiving. We all receive differently.
Yeah.
There is no, we were talking about that before too. Oh my gosh, there's so many different ways to receive. It's like we teach people how to be open. Like I'm teaching you how to be open so that you can connect to greater things too. But there's so many ways to get there. So many ways. We're just showing you a couple here. Maybe we'll continue on showing stuff in the future. But so that's what we're doing today. So anyway, but I also wanted to just say one more thing about this too, is that if you want to really, once you, you can keep going, you don't have to stop. And so once you kind of you're getting this pretty good now, you could change colors. So these are those foam things, and I just cut them out, and it becomes more challenging.
Yeah.
But it's so wonderful.
That could be week 2. So week 2 is like what shape and color.
At least week 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I want to talk about one other thing.
Yeah.
Again, so many ways to open up, and everybody's different too.
Yeah.
Everybody's gifts are different.
Yes.
Although I know everybody has the same possibilities.
Yeah.
I don't know. We seem as human beings to zero in certain things. I have these cards called Zenner Cards. They actually came with a booklet, but I took it out. And what they are is ways for you to practice your mental telepathy, which again is about opening your mind. And the thing is, some people are really good at this. If you're like 6 or below, not so much as is it your thing. But let me just say, you don't do that one time and say, oh, I only got 4. No, because I think, well, for me, I can talk about me. I felt a lot of pressure with this. I felt pressure to get it right. And so I knew that anything below 6, that's not you. Anything 7 and above, and then you keep on going. And there's some really, really, there are people that can do this. So but it is an interesting thing to do. I'll show you again. Shapes. They're just using black and white and shapes. This, I know technically for the mind, this is easier to absorb when they're all the same. Mm-hmm. That's why you start off with, like I started off with pink. You could start off with white. You could do anything. But it's easier for the mind. So here's the first. So there's the wavy line, and then there's a square, and then there's a circle, and there's a star, and then there's a plus sign. So, okay, those are the 5. And you can keep those out when you're doing it, because that can help too, because sometimes, I don't know, you forget or maybe whatever. And then you just, shuffle them. I'll just move them around like this. And then what you do is you take one off the top of the deck, and I haven't looked at it, and you don't think. So in my mind, what immediately, but you can put your hand over it like this. But the thing is, if you're sitting there for 30 seconds, you've already forget it. No, you want to train your mind to let go, and whatever comes in first. And I could be wrong. This isn't my thing, but I saw a plus sign.
Nice. Look at you.
What do you know? Okay, well, that doesn't happen very often.
So good. You're tuned in.
I am.
And that's a good reflection is, to me, when I connect, so Zenner Cards, there's also an app. I think it even might be free on the iPhone.
Really?
Yeah. And so some of my students use that to help develop that muscle memory, because they really want to develop their intuition. So this is, a great way to tap into it. But it, it really depends on that vibration. If you're in a dense energy of emotions and processing something, and you're probably not going to pick. And that's, a reflection of your energy and what's available at that moment. So it really depends on if you're ungrounded, so there's nuances. If people are around you and you feel like unsafe, or there's a subconscious thing, like we're just so layered, and, working across all lifetimes, and Diane too, some stuff is past life, and even on that energy affects us on a conscious level. So
much.
Sometimes it's best not to read into it and just look at things as tools and exercises versus like dictation of this is what your abilities are, because it really isn't.
What works for you?
It's it's more so like where you're vibrating and what you're allowing yourself to have access to. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, what works for you? You have to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I don't feel that comfortable. I told you before too, I play this game in the morning when I'm having my coffee.
Yeah.
And it's a game. It's, one of the kind of like a solitaire, but it's not. And a card will pop up. A card will pop up. And so in my mind, I go, okay, the next card that's going to pop up is going to be a red ace. And sure enough, a red ace pops up. Here's what's happening is I've been training myself to relax. And I don't really, and it happens very quickly because it's a game, So like I said, don't think. I'm telling you, don't think. It's hard. It's hard because you want to think, because you want to get it right. Except you know what you're doing? You're allowing, what you're really doing is that you're not doing anything. It's the universe that's doing it. The universe is giving you the answer. Isn't that amazing? Because think about that now. Just think about that. The universe is giving you the answer. So if you could just relax and connect with your higher vibration, which is, you are the higher vibration. You are connected to the vibration of the whole of all that is. When you understand that and you connect to that, all of a sudden you become magic, right?
Yeah.
It really, everything starts to change. But of course, this is a belief system, and you've had a belief system. And so sometimes, this will help you break down how you think about yourself. This will help you take back your power, because you'll see your power. You'll actually see your power, especially when you do that hanger exercise. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And, another way too, which I like to do, is every time I go on a walk, I just set an intention, like, I'm going to see a yellow butterfly, or I'm going to find a really nice feather, and just set the intention for it to be received effortlessly. And half the time I leave the house forgetting. I just set the intention, and then it happens. Yeah. And so sometimes I'll do that if I feel disconnected, or I want to see a sign, like, confirm through this energy that X, Y, and Z is the right way for me to put my energy, or where I should, continuing to nourish and put my energy into. So, just play and work with the energy, because the more we connect to our own consciousness, our own creator consciousness, the more you're going to develop your own relationship and really understand, what you have available. We all have the same abilities, but like Diane mentioned, and I've seen this too with different students, some are super psychic and some are like really powerful, intuitive healers. I have one client who can read what food is good for you and what food isn't. And, we're starting to see all these other abilities open. And I think the more we can honor them and not try to put them in a box or label them even, I think the more we're going to be able to share them in ways that feel most authentic to ourselves. And, that's for the healers. There's the creators, there's the doctors, there's, all the other professions. And even those teachers, nurses are all going to have evolutions as well, and new ways and new methods. So, tradition is still going to be needed, and non-traditional in different ways. And I think we're going to start seeing this amazing opportunity over the next several years for all of us to really dive into our passions and create from that level of consciousness. But first we got to trust it. And so this is, and by the way, it continuously trust it and cultivate it and nourish it so you can start seeing those results, more so for the ego to say, oh, okay, but I can't deny all these other things that happen. Like, I can't deny I only used color therapy on one of my clients that had stage 4 cancer and now it's gone. Did I do it? No. Will I ever claim that? Absolutely not. She did it. She did it. She did it because she believed in herself. She believed in her body. She believed in her journey. And she believed in all the different healers that supported her. And because of that, I was able to leverage my modalities and intuition to support her where times I was called upon. And I'm so honored for that. But if I had never believed in those energies and just denied them and said, no, I only do Reiki and it only looks like this, I would have never gone that way and opened up, well, I don't know why, but this just feels right to continue to work with you. And then I learned the color energies heal, and specifically heal the different parts of our bodies. And there were the different organs that she needed at the time for recovery. So, there are no mistakes. And sometimes we just got to trust what comes to us and know that we're enough. And whatever the universe is delivering, we're ready, and we're ready to step into in our most authentic way.
Wow. I just love how Sara expresses herself.
Oh,
I do. I mean, because of your depth, the depth that you take it, and the sincerity with what you say it. Because we're healers, and that means that we love humanity, and we want to heal humanity. But really, we want to teach you. We want to teach you how to heal yourself, not.
Yeah.
It's that saying, which it's in my book too.
Yeah.
Give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to teach. That's why we're sitting here, because we're trying to teach all of you, whoever is interested. And I'm so grateful for that, by the way, because all of you that are listening can help to change the universe and help humanity. Yeah. And that's why we're here.
Yeah. So, these are just simple ways to connect with energy, simple tools we've used across our journey. And, we hope with that you take whatever resonated, maybe ideas popped up for you and you're like, oh, instead of that, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, that's great.
And good. Go for it.
Yeah, I always encourage that.
By the way, this is just a side note. I know this might not be relevant for some people in the replay, but right now, for the ones that are watching live or the ones that are watching within the next week, the sun is aligned to the Pleiades energy, and that is the Seven Sister constellation, which is a very high frequency. So this is a great time to tap into your higher self and use these tools to cultivate your gifts, your intuition for whatever you want to do in any area of your life. So we're about to embark on a really big energy week next week, and this week is definitely a huge shift in energy already. We're going to be moving out of Taurus to Gemini. So there's just a lot of momentum. There's a lot of energies. doing a lot of different things around us to nourish ourselves and really activate that intuition and higher perspective. So wherever you're at in that journey, this would be a good week to maybe find a partner and do some gratitude and intuition exercises with as well.
Mm-hmm. That is, I don't know as much as like you do about astrology, which is so interesting. A little bit.
Yeah.
But this is like the perfect time to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll mean that your vibration is ready to receive, and I think you'll be more receptive. Yeah, more receptive is
and
the
the
word.
sun, the sun activity right now is a lot. The space activity, especially with the sun, be aligned with those seven sisters. Like that's why if you're feeling tired or I've been feeling so sore, like I need to stretch a lot. I know other people have been feeling that way too. Like I feel like I've been running, but I haven't. And if you're tired or dehydrated, that's another really big one, dehydration. So hydrate yourself, do what you need for your body, nourish yourself. Don't overlook that because it's really, really, really important right now to take care of your body. Whatever is presenting itself is asking you to nourish it. And that's, another way to tap into your intuition is really intuitive eating and building a connection to food in your body and how you feel, how you think. So food journal is so helpful. It's the number one tool that's helped me start to realize what foods really support me energetically when I serve clients, and also what foods support me for grounding and emotional overwhelm. And, obviously a lot of I'm on my journey of, exploring my own fertility. So I'm all about those types of foods as well. So this is also a really good time to get connected to food energy and your body.
Boy, your knowledge is so dense. No, it really is. I mean, I know I've been doing this for a long time, yeah. But it's very interesting who you are, how long you've been doing this, and your knowledge is. It's like it's vast. I mean, well, it's so interesting to me. I mean, we all have a different purpose.
Yeah.
Let me just say that. And I love that we're sitting here together because everything to me is about balance in life.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you know what it is? I am much more simplistic.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah. I think that's how I came in.
Yeah.
To be simplistic because like the book that I have.
Yeah.
But
think about your journey too. Like
I know,
came
but
through a time where none of this was
going
and
on.
Practical.
Well, it's not true. Some of it was.
Like the way you interpret it, like I always believe you and your generation, I'm so grateful for because you held that foundation. You allowed that through line to never go away. And because of that, me and so many others right now can springboard because of what you all have cultivated.
Well, and for those that came before me too, because I've looked to them.
Yeah.
Edgar Casey.
Yes. He's so fascinating.
I mean, there's so much other. I mean, there's a whole list of people that came before.
And many we don't even know.
But they're all valuable.
Yeah.
To us, and
everything matters. Every light matters right now. And it's additive, really is because Diane's perspectives are so complementary to mine, and I love it.
Well,
I love that.
I agree, and that's what I started to say is simplistic. Like I believe my book is very straightforward.
Yeah,
you could call it simplistic.
Yeah,
and I actually the person that edited it made it said it should be this way.
Yeah,
all right, because I'm kind of flowery actually.
Yeah,
but no, But I think that's who I am, actually. I am. I think I'm very straightforward, and I'm just straightforward. And I think that's what balances us because you have the depth and I have what I have, the years.
Yeah.
The years.
Yeah.
The years.
You have, 40 years?
Oh, no, not 40, but.
Almost. Well, I mean, many lifetimes, right? In many lifetimes. Okay. I'm 5 years in my practice.
Oh, I know that many lifetimes because, I would love to do a thing on past life regression. Yeah. I had a past life regression one, but I mean, one of them, people used to climb mountains. Like she told me to see me.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to have to climb a mountain this lifetime. I'll tell you what, when you know things about yourself from past lives, it really does change how you think. and how you feel. It gives you a different perspective. And sometimes you don't understand why is this going on? You know, why is this happening? Well, it's a leftover.
Yeah.
It's a carryover.
Yeah.
And from another lifetime. It's so wonderful.
Yeah. There's so much. And we'll definitely create some more opportunities to connect with your past lives. I think one of the next exercises, the live workshops we're going to do is on automatic writing.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And some simple ways to meditate that, not just closing your eyes, candle meditation, nature meditation. There's so many different ways. So I think that will definitely, that feels like a good next live. And then we'll also be working on a few workshops. So we'll keep you all posted. And anything else you want to add?
I wanted to just talk about, can we talk about this?
Yeah.
One thing that I want to say is, you know, I've been doing this for decades, right? Decades, opening my mind, reading hundreds of books, taking a couple of classes, but mostly it's been a journey. It's been a long, but a wonderful journey. I say it is wonderful. But now there's this new tool out, which we've talked about it before, called the Healy. And that is a frequency device, and it talks to your cells. But the cells that it talks to is very significant.
Yes.
And so what I know that's happening for me, I've now been using this for a year. And I'm very faithful to, I love it. I use it every day. I mean, you start off a certain way with it, but yes, I use it every day faithfully because I know what it's doing. But the most wonderful thing that I recognize is that it is raising my vibration, because like the chakras, you know, if your chakras are off, they have that program. And it's not just knowing what's wrong with your chakra. And then you run the program to do the healing on, you know, so it's balancing you. So I also know that my vibration, like, I got to tell you guys this thing, getting this was not my normal. Let me just say. So I'm telling you, I've been working diligently on myself. Yeah. Because I love myself and I want to go as far as I can in this lifetime. I believe in this lifetime we can quantum leap with our spiritual wisdom, which means to me knowing how powerful, who we really are from within and without outside of ourselves and within ourselves. Everything changes. It's wonderful. We're lucky. We're so lucky to be living right now. Oh my goodness. Even though everything's a dichotomy, right? Yeah. I mean, it's a hard time, but there's also some goodness too. So.
Yeah. And I've been using, Diane introduced the Healy to me, which I'm really grateful for because I trust her and because she does have so much experience and working with different tools. She knows I love technology and healing. So she knew immediately to bring the device to me. And at first I had to really build a relationship. It took a few months to process it because as an energy healer, my whole modalities are like, you can just heal yourself. I don't need technology. However, building a relationship with the technology and really the background of where it came from and, you know, the 1,500 practitioners and doctors that have used this technology for several years now, it's so methodical. It's such a good companion in addition to everything I do that I started incorporating it into my healing, mostly because I was experiencing physical pain and nothing else was working. And it literally dragged me to the Healy. I'm like, well, fine, this is supposed to work. And it did. And I was just like, why does this work? I kind of didn't want to, because if I'm being real, I came from 15 years of working in technology that was like, I was already seeing all these challenges with the device because, you know, it runs on an app and, you know, the apps can be so tough with all the software updates of Apple and Android, and there's these nuances. So it's just like not wanting to go there. However, accepting that this technology is such an informative tool. And not only that, starting to learn how the different frequencies work. Like there's even one for if I'm lacking energy, and it's amazing. It's like taking a Red Bull in frequencies, but I don't have to subject my body to that, you know, sugar and, you know, harshness. I can actually just get an energy boost from the Healy device, which I actually have, I always hold in my hand these tachyon rods, and they're 0 point energy, and they're constantly charged. So this is like my Red Bull, but to be able to receive it and hold it, it's just like, wow, I feel replenished. And so learning how to use the different frequencies when my body needed it really opened up a whole new reality. So if you're interested in getting a Healy or learning more about it, you can sign up for a free 20-minute demo. I'll tell you what crystal energies your body can benefit from. I'll send you them. If you want to get a chakra reading and healing, I'll take you through each chakras and give you a verbal analysis of what's going on, and I'll also send you the Healer report. We'll review it, and you'll get both energy healing and the frequencies, so that you can sign up under the services. And then also, if you want to just learn about it, there's a link on our website, energyhouselp.com, to give you an interactive presentation. You just put in your first name, your last name, your email, and you can decide how the information is presented to you. So there's so many ways to learn about it, both including me and my team, or by yourself. So if you want to learn more, I definitely recommend checking it out. We'll be creating more videos on exercises you can do with the Healy frequencies and crystals and oils and all the things. So that's all in the works right now. Anything else? Oh, and there's a promotion going on right now. There is a promotion. Right. It's an awesome promotion. And I can walk you through the details if you're interested. I'm not going to bore you, but there is a promotion that ends at the end of the month. So this is a great time to actually get the Healy, because you can get it at a different price, and they'll be relaunching how they work with the packages, which I'm super excited about as well. But right now, if you want to get it for a more affordable price, this would be the time. So definitely reach out, DM, email, you know how to find us.
Thank you, Sarah. This has been great. I really enjoyed it. I love sharing with everybody.
Yeah, me too.
I hope that people if you get one thing out of it, it's awesome. Awesome. So,
yep.
And I love that they can watch it again.
Yeah. Check it on
Technology.
YouTube. It'll be on the Instagram replay as well. So thank you all for joining, and I will be posting more workshops in the near future, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.